road, then turn right onto Southwest 256th Street.
Well, you may be thinking, why are you just shooting videos and not talking? Well, I am shooting videos with different devices. Yeah, I have different devices. And two of them are right here. Yes, I brought two devices with me. The one here, though, represents about 12 different ones, same company, same operating system that I've had since the very beginning of time, the very beginning of cell phone technology. Well, not actually, because my first one was an HTC Nexus 1 or whatever it was. But I've always been a part of the Android ecosystem until today. These two ecosystems are going to help me in the future control my life, operate my life. But why did I jump from Android to iOS? Why, after 12, 13, 14, 15 years, did I eventually break down and get an iPhone? I don't know. I don't know. But I know I might update this stupid thing because the remote control sometimes doesn't work. Okay, yeah. Look, I have been a lifelong Android person. I have not jumped in really to the Apple ecosystem ever. Found no reason in it. Apple never did what I actually needed it to do. Most people say, oh, you stick with Android because you can customize it. You could do everything with Android. And that has been cool over the years, but I never looked at customization as my main priority, what I actually needed. As long as the phone worked and I could do what I needed, I really never cared about customization. I appreciate it now, though, after having the iPhone 15 Pro, not the Pro Max, but the Pro, and checking out what Apple is all about. I figured, got a good deal on it. Let's try it out. And here are my things. These are the top few things, I'm not going to number them, that I prefer that Apple has over Android, and the things that Android has over Apple. And you know what? Let's be honest. Because this is my first iPhone experience ever. I mean, back in the day, I did have iPods, because all we had was like the Windows version of music and stuff like that. And Apple did a pretty good job with those little things, and I really enjoyed them. But that was many years ago. And then I never thought about getting an iPhone because, to me, an iPod was exactly the same as an iPhone. You could use the iPod just like an iPhone. You can make phone calls with it. You just needed to be connected to Wi-Fi. So I never really thought, to me, it's been the same thing from the very beginning to now. But things have changed. They're a little bit different. And I'm here to tell you what I do like about them and what I don't like about them. Which should you go for? That's a tough one, because I'm coming to find out I kind of like the iPhone 15 Pro. It's not a bad device. One thing I noticed that I hate, I absolutely hate it. When you buy a product, people surround themselves with like-minded people, right? So if you're in, whether it's politics, sports, whatever, it's the same with phones. Like, all my Android people are going, oh my God, I can't believe you bought an iPhone. I can't believe you did it. You're going to become one of those ice sheep, Tesla type people, And then you get the Apple people that you do have friends with that go, oh, you're trying that. And then they have to tell you everything about the phone, which is really not that much, because Apple phones really don't do too much. But they're excited to have you in their ecosystem, but it is what it is. All right, let's start off with number one, messages. Everybody talks about iMessage. They all go, oh, iMessage is so good. I don't use it. I find messages easier on Android than I do on Apple. So when everybody is talking about iMessage, how great it is, I have no idea what they're talking about. I find it inclusive. You know, there's a lot more Android phones out in the world than there are Apple phones. Yeah, Apple phones do. They make up a very large portion of society, but in general, with all the different manufacturers that make Android phones, Android pretty much rules the earth. You know, in my mind, at least that's my opinion, what I think. There has to be more sales of Android than Apple. And, but that's okay. But why can't all phones, why can't you just message? Most people anyway nowadays use Messenger on Facebook and stuff. No one uses the internal damn messaging app. And it is, to me, at least for me, after all these years of Android, way better than iMessage. iMessage, I just don't get it, people. I don't get it. Here's something else. Okay, here is an Android phone. I touch the camera. There's the camera. Let's turn it sideways. All my settings are in the camera app. If I want to change the 4K, the, you know, whatever I want to do in settings, it's right here. It's in, there it is. There's all the settings. It's in the camera app. I can add my own watermarks. So if I take a picture with my Android phone, it says Nomadic Hippie at the bottom, whatever you can do it, but everything is within the camera app. That is amazing. Now here, I don't care if anybody knows my password because I use Face ID on it. Let's say you open the camera app, which this has a button here that I have designated. You can't do that. You can't go into settings and do all the stuff like you can on all Android apps. Nope. What you have to do is you have to close the camera app totally, go to the settings then, scroll down, try and find camera. There it is. Open that. Then you got your settings. How come all this is not in the camera app? I don't understand. Here you got to go here. Then when you're all done, you open the camera app again, and then it's set. Why isn't everything baked into the camera? It's just an extra step. I'm not happy with that. It's just stupid. I don't get it. But here's something I do love. I've already dissed Apple twice. Let's get to something that's really good real fast. What I love about it is every time a Pixel breaks, or my old Nexuses break, or a Samsung breaks, which happens. It happens. You know, the phones break sometimes, the glass breaks, whatever, and you have to rely on your insurance, stuff like that, and then you have to mail the phone in, get a replacement, and usually it's a used, refurbished phone, whatever. Not with Apple. You got Apple Care. You can go to a mall that has an Apple store, a physical store, and have it replaced or fixed. That's what I love about Apple. I think that's the main reason to go for Apple over any other phone. Apple has physical stores. I find that great. That is the reason I actually got the phone, was due to the fact I've had so many phones break and you have to wait a week to get a new one in the mail. It just sucks. I can go to downtown Orlando, go to the Florida Mall or Mall of Millenia and replace it, or have the iPhone people there at the store do what they need to do to get it working or fixed. That is such a huge benefit of having an iOS device. Okay, now something I hate about iPhone again. Every single app. Oh, hold on a second. Let's go home. Let's open this up. Oh, go ahead. My face won't reach this, so I got to type again. Okay, so all the apps. You open up the App Store. Oh, come on. Touch. Where's Apple or Google's? Google Play Store. Where's the Play Store? There's a Play Store. And where's the Apple Store? Apple, right here. No, it's not it. Thought that was it. There it is. Both Play Stores have a lot of the same apps. Let's say I like using different cameras, right? So let's say I go to Filmic Pro. Filmic Pro. I already have it, but everything is free on Android. If I go over here and I type in Filmic Pro, it's like $6 a month or $100 a year or something. What is it? I have it downloaded, so I don't know if it'll tell me how much it is. Here's somebody says, I was a legacy user. I have no problem with the subscription model. So iOS switched it to subscription. That is just crazy. Almost all the apps you can get, vice versa, I would say a large majority on Android are free. iOS, the same apps charge you. I don't get it. When I was migrating some of my apps from my Android to my iPhone, and then when I went to log in, they wanted me to pay. I don't get that. So I don't understand. And it's just dumb. It's the same exact apps and they do the same exact things. Something I love about iOS, other than having the physical stores, Airdrop. I got an old iPad. I was doing some video and playing with some stuff on the iPhone. And I seen the word Airdrop and I go, what is Airdrop? So I touched it and it said iPad located. And I touched iPad and the video I shot immediately went to my iPad. The downloading was like instantaneous. If you have a Mac computer or an iPad or anything like that and you're going to do your video editing on from your phone to that, how great is that? Rather than hooking up cables or just messaging. Like say I'm going to shoot a quick video, send it to Steph stuck in a truck in a message. It's fast. But like say if I want to send it just regular messenger, sometimes it takes forever and the quality is not that good. Airdrop is great. Second reason to buy it. Second reason to buy this phone. First, they have physical stores. Second is iDrop. Uh-oh. The squirrel, there's a squirrel down by my feet. You might see him under the table here in a second. No, he walked away. All right, the last thing. Apps on Android are more interactive. They're just more interactive. Everything here has to be in folders. You just touch it and they open. I can also put the apps where I want. Let's take Snapseed out here for a second. Let's take it out. If you notice, it always goes to the right. You go to move that thing and it always goes to the same place. You can't place the apps anywhere on the screen that you want to. What kind of stuff is that? You want to customize your, where did I put that from? Let's go here. Everything is organized. Everything goes there. You can't put anything on the where you want it on the screen. I don't like that. If you notice, I got speed test up here at the top. I wanted it over here. I can't drag, speed test here on my home screen over to the top. It just gets annoying. I know, first world problems. I definitely am not a huge fan of Apple products just yet. Excuse me. I don't know if it's because I didn't grow up on them, because I never jumped into that ecosystem. But now, after having so many Android devices and trying out iOS, it's just, I don't know if it's for me or not. I don't know. But I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to get rid of it, and I'll probably keep it for a couple years because there are some things that I like about it. And all my other devices that I use all the time, I have a habit of dropping them. It's nice to have a phone as a backup that you don't use as much, knowing while the other one's mailed off to Insuron, I still got a phone, which will be the iPhone. And if the iPhone ever breaks, I could fall back on my Samsung or Pixel devices, And it's not that bad to be in two different ecosystems, because it makes you smarter. It keeps your brain thinking, how does this work? How does this work? And it's kind of like, it's better. It keeps your mind working, I don't know. It sounds stupid. Will I get another iPhone? Probably not. But the iPhone 15 Pro, good camera. It's right up there with Samsung. I would say sometimes you can't tell the difference except for the Samsung sometimes likes to make the colors pop more. Video, I've never, out of all my phones I've ever had, I've never had a telephone that shot better video than that iPhone. That iPhone shoots incredible video. Actually, before this video started, I made a short little video, the opening of this, where I didn't really talk. Some of the scenes were shot with the iPhone. Some of them were shot with my Samsung Fold. So it's hard to tell the difference. But when it comes to audio and that video of the Apple phone, the audio mic, built-in mic quality is great. Video looks good. Samsung looks great, but their audio sucks. So, and same with the Pixels. The audio on a Pixel sucks on their video. So yeah, I have to give the camera, at least the video portion of the camera, to the iPhone. But you decide. You look at that video, rewind it, rewind this video, go back to the beginning, watch that video I made on the docks at the warehouse or driving a little bit. See if you could tell the difference, which phone is which. And leave it in the comments below. Which do you think is which? And yeah, that's it. So this is, I'm not a professional unboxer. I'm not a professional reviewer. I'm not like Marquise or iJustine or Lou Later or any of these guys. I'm just a real person that has a job and that has quite a few phones. And I'm just telling you my experiences with these phones. And a lot of you guys are probably like me, you know, what should I get? It's time to upgrade, you know. I got a phone from 1989, you know. It's time to upgrade finally. What should you get? This is something else about reviewers that I don't like. They never give you the conclusion. What should they get? They always leave it 50-50. I'm going to tell you, Android's better. You got such a huge selection of phones to choose from. You want good build quality, good cameras. There's a phone for that. There's a price for that too. And a lot of those prices are a lot cheaper than that iPhone 15 or that Samsung Galaxy Fold. You can get a One Plus that's great and a lot cheaper. So with the variety of everything you get, the apps that you get, I would stick with Android. But if you just have to jump in that Apple ecosystem, now's the time to probably do it. And I would get the 15 Pro. Not the 15 Pro Max, it's too big and too expensive. This here is like $100 cheaper or something, and it's not as large. It's pretty good. But yeah, Android users, stick with Android. Get a Pixel. Can't go wrong. Till the next time, I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out, everybody. Peace. Peace.